Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see, it is Halloween time. I have got my first video of Halloween season, if that's what you want to call it, this year. I'm a pumpkin, clearly. This is definitely not a natural smoky eye or anything like that. We went full on. Obviously you can do your hair whatever way you want. I just thought I'd just scrape it back as much as I possibly can. Still have a few baby hairs, but sure look. And you can bring it right back onto your ear, but I'm going to be washing this off in a few minutes anyway. I'm not naked. I have a little booby tube on. And again, I would bring this down as far as your costume will need it to be. But yeah, I actually love this. I feel quite badass, and I keep catching myself in the mirror being like, oh yeah, I forgot that was on. I love it. It's easy, but there's just a lot of going back and forward and back and forward. It's a lot of steps. But the technique is pretty much the same for each step, if that makes sense. But when you watch a video, you will understand. It could be a long one, but it's a full like head and chest thing that we have going on. So yeah, if you want to see how to get this spooky look, then keep on watching. Alright, so I'm not starting this look off naked. I do have a little boob tube on, so I can bring my look down as far as I want to. And I'm starting off with the MAC Full Coverage Foundation in white and the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in pure orange. And I'm mixing those together to get a lighter orange because the pure orange is quite red based. And then I'm taking a little bit of the Inglot Eyeshadow at AMC 60, which is a bright yellow. And I'm just scraping some of that off and I'm going to mix those colours together. I'm going to mix the yellow into this because I wanted it to be like a yellowy orange, but more orange, but still has a bit of yellow in it. And then I'm just popping that all over the skin. Because we use a full coverage foundation and then a concealer as well mixed together, we've got a really good coverage with this, so it will go really pigmented. So you're just covering your whole face all around, making sure you're getting right up into your nostrils, get right up into your brow. Well, we're going to cover our brows anyway, it doesn't really matter. But get your ears if you're going to be doing your ears. I kind of did my ears, but I didn't fully do my ears because I still want to be able to take it off easily. And then bring it down onto your neck as far as you need to go, making sure you're getting right under your chin. And go down as far as your costume needs to be. To set that into place, I'm taking the RCMA No Colour Powder, because this doesn't flash back for me. And I'm just using that to set everything into place so I'm not leaving any fingerprints on my face. And I can draw things easier over top of the set face. So just make sure everything's really nice and matte. This is a Zoeva brush, I don't know which one it is, but it's a nice big brush so it really coats the skin with the powder. And don't forget to set your neck as well, because you want this to stay, you want this to not transfer, so if you put a bit of powder over top of it, it should stay on a bit longer. To sketch everything out, I'm using the Inglot Eyeshadow in AMC 63. And this is just a matte black eyeshadow, and I'm starting off with my eyes. I'm kind of drawing almost like a circle shape, but has a point on that inner corner there. I always started at my brow, so I kind of know where I wanted the eye to finish. And then I'm going along the top line of my brow, about halfway across. I'm bringing that up to a point. So you're kind of creating like a triangle on the outer portion, but it's quite rounded on the inside. Then onto the nose, I drew a line along the base of my nostrils just to have a nice baseline to work with. And then I drew right around my nostrils just so we had a nice shape again. And we're bringing basically one side up higher than the other, and it's going to create like a wonky triangle on the nose. It just gives it a little bit more of a creepy, like carved pumpkin kind of vibe. I then decided to like add some like crease marks on the eyebrow part right at the beginning of my eyebrow. It just makes it look a bit more angry looking. And then for the mouth, I just drew from the corner of my mouth as if you were doing like a doll mouth or a Joker mouth or anything like that, or a clown or something like that. Just draw it out so you have a line to work with, you know what direction you're going in. And then we're going to do some triangles. So you can make these big, small. I went for big enough triangles. You can do skinny ones, you can do thick ones. They don't have to be perfect. You don't want them to look perfect. You want this to look like a carved pumpkin. And I'm still just using that black eyeshadow for this. And then we're going right up
along the lines. And don't worry about the bottom part, we'll do that in a sec. But when you get to the end, you're just going to finish off with your triangle on the end there. And then you're going to do the same thing, but just the opposite direction. So all your triangles should be upside down this time. And should kind of meet where your triangles on top meet the line, if that makes sense. So they should always kind of meet somewhere there. If they don't, it's fine. It doesn't make too much difference. I just think it looks better. And at the end, you're just going to meet them at the very end. I'm taking the Bobbi Brown gel liner in black ink, and I'm using this all over my lid because this will stay on really well. And I'm just taking a concealer brush and just packing that all over the lid. Right up to your eyebrow. Then I went in with a smaller flat brush and I'm going in around the edges for some detail work, just so I don't make any lines any messier or anything like that. But you can use this then to clean up any lines that you felt were a little bit too blurred or they weren't sharp enough for you. And then fill in the nose area as well. I'm still using that small brush because the nose area is quite small. And you want to make sure you get right up into your nostril. Not all the way up, like you don't want to actually do any damage, but like right around the edges of your nostril there. Taking that same black gel liner and I'm popping that on my waterline, just so it takes any like flesh colour away from my eyes. Then I'm going back in with that matte black eyeshadow from Inglot and I'm just packing that all over the black just to set it, and it makes it super black as well. I'm going in with that same small brush and we're going to fill in these triangles. Just make sure they're nice and dark and opaque, and again you can use the brush to like perfect your lines, but they don't have to be perfect triangles. It looks better if they're not. I'm then going in with the same black shadow and just drawing in my curves around my face. So I'm starting the top of my forehead and bringing it down to where the like angry eyebrow starts on both sides in a nice curved arch sort of shape, and then the same with the top point of the outer part of the eye, and then coming from the inner portion of the eye down almost like smile lines, like that kind of shape, like the folds right at your cheeks. And I brought one really long one all the way down to my mouth from the outer corner just to frame the face a little bit more. Try to get them to line up with the ones, if like the ones that go through your eye, so the one on top should line up with the one on the bottom. And then you want to go from your mouth down onto your neck. This is where it can be a little bit tricky because you're going on a non-2D surface, you're going on a 3D surface, so you're trying to get it to go straight over a curved area. It's kind of hard, but just see how far you get with it. Next I'm taking Inglot's eyeshadow in DS341, which is a taupey brown, it's a cool tone brown. I'm just taking a blending brush and just going over those lines. I do want them to be a little bit blurred, just so it looks more like a shadow and not a line. Just makes it look a bit more 3D. So you're going to do that for every single line that's on your face, all the way down onto your neck. Next I'm taking Inglot's eyeshadow in matte 329 and I'm going back into the very centre of those lines just to redefine that area, but you still have the blurred area on the outside, so it still creates that nice shadowed effect. And again you're going to do this for every single one of the lines all the way down onto your neck. Next I'm taking the Pure Orange concealer on its own and using a stippling brush. You can get these, or stippling sponge, sorry. You can use these sponges anywhere. And I'm just stippling that on to give a bit of texture, a bit of dimension onto the skin. Because our base is a lot lighter of an orange, where this is a little bit deeper. Then I'm going back in with that dark brown eyeshadow, the 329 shade from Inglot. And I'm popping that along my hairline and just feathering it down towards my forehead. just to give a bit more dimension to the face. It almost looks like a shadow then. Next I'm taking Snazaroo face paint in the yellow, and again on my stippling sponge I'm going over the areas where I put the orange concealer. Again, just more texture, more dimension, it just adds so much to the look. Then I just decided to glam up the eyes a little bit. I'm using the NYX glitter primer. Just patting that over my eye with my finger. I didn't go for any lashes in this look because, to be honest, you wouldn't really see them with the black. You can if you want to, but you wouldn't really see them. I just wanted to put a bit of dimension on the eye with some glitter. So this is the glitter I use. This is the Style Star glitter by NYX. It's just a black that has a little bit of a holographic effect, but it's very soft, very subtle and very fine. And I'm just packing that over the lid with a flat brush. Just over the glitter glue. Then I decided to add a little bit more texture just around the mouth, so I went in with the black shadow and just kind of flicked in between all those triangles just to give a bit of texture around the mouth. And that's your finished look.
Alrighty guys, so that is your finished look. I hope you all enjoyed it. This is my first one, like I said, and hopefully I'll get a few more up in the meantime. But yeah, I love doing these sort of spooky looks. I think they're so fun, and I love doing actual Halloween-y things like pumpkin, witch, skeleton, that kind of thing, like classic Halloween things. This is like so Halloween-y to me. I love it. You could make it creepier. You could do, I've seen people do like ripped face and everything. I want to do full on pumpkin. So yeah, this is it. If you did like this look, then give me a big thumbs up below. Hit subscribe down below as well, and let me know in the comments what you think of this look and what you're going to dress up as for Halloween if you have it planned. I already know, and I am pre-recording this, so I know very well in advance. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video guys. Bye!